this is where I am today. And so what I'm enjoying doing today is what I'm going to be sharing with you here. So there were 8 things that I wrote down that felt really resonant for me. So I'm going to share them with you here. Assisting others along their spiritual awakening journey and the experiences they're exploring in their lives as a result of their spiritual awakening. Supporting others in remembering that they are source manifested in human form, and specifically how to embody that truth such that life itself feels so much lighter. And that very much has to do with how I feel right now. You know, I'm not attached to much of anything, but I just wake up and I flow with the river of life, you know. Exploring how to allow our desired experiences from the very powerful inner knowing of who we are, rather than from lots of effort and mental activity. And I call that a path to unconditioning, because a lot of what we're experiencing in life today is from the conditioning of how we were raised. And so I have this desire to help others with their unconditioning, which is what I experienced. And there's a video that's going to be coming up shortly on how I reconditioned myself, you know, to experience life in a very different way that makes life feel so much more joyful and so much lighter and so much more effortless. You know, it really has to do with the unconditioning, and unconditioning is really moving from the forgetting of who we truly are and into the remembrance of who we truly are. And I've been having such amazing experiences from that place that's kind of what I want to serve in the world, you know. How to bring spirit to the forefront of all of our life experiences such that we naturally transmute and transcend unwanted experiences as they arise, and so that we powerfully and positively affect the world that we live in. And my awareness is really expanding to affecting the world that we live in positively, and how do we each individually affect the world that we live in. That video that I did on this old YouTube channel, which will probably be my new YouTube channel as well, has the video called 6 Lessons from Her Death Experience. I think that was the title of it. And one of the things that she shared in her near-death experience there was every action we take has a ripple effect throughout the entire planet. We never consider that. We never consider that. And so I'm very aware of that in my own living of my own life today. I'm very aware of that. And so that's kind of where I am, you know. How to tune into spirits such that we always have access to universal knowledge and support at any time, not for singularly focused gain, but for personal evolution such that we can continue to positively affect the world. One of the shifts that I'm making is away from personal gain. You know, people love, especially since quote unquote law of attraction is big on everybody's radar, everybody's trying to get stuff for themselves. Have you guys noticed that? If we have the power to use the law of attraction to get stuff for ourselves, why is everyone so singularly focused in getting their stuff rather than using the law of attraction and using universal laws to affect the world? Why are we not thinking, how can we come together to create abundance for everyone, not just for myself? Not me getting $1 million, not me getting the house, the man, you know. How can we use this to think more collectively about affecting our world? If we are experiencing lack in some way, how can we expand that focus to, not only do I not want to experience lack for myself, I don't want anyone to experience lack, and thinking in a much more collective way, you know. And so that's another focus for me. Sharing messages and insights from my divine team, as I get complete chills saying that. Sharing messages and insights from my divine team, as well as co-creating videos with my divine team. The first of which you will receive when you go to AllisonPhillips.tv/community. In written format is a conversation when you join our community. you will receive, whoo, I just got a shot of chills again through my body. You'll receive in written form a conversation that I had with my divine team when I sat on my bed in December of 2016, and I asked, how can we solve any problem that arises in our life experience? I wrote the answer that I received in December of 2016, and I, for some reason, whatever reason, revisited that in July of 2018. And as I read it, I was like, I should share this with people. And I'm usually reading it on my iPhone where I dictated it into my notes, right? And I cut and pasted it into a Word document with the intention of sharing it with others. And it ended up being like 2 or 3 pages. And in the course of reading through it again, I had even more questions for my divine team, and more answers were in that document as well. So that's now available for you. You can download it. It's absolutely free at AllisonPhillips.tv/community. When you register there, when you join our community, you'll get a link to that PDF document. So that's kind of what I want to do more of. Not what I want to do more of, but what my soul is pulling me forward into. That is what my soul is pulling me forward into. That is what feels more natural and more in alignment with what I'm here to do in the world. So I'll be doing more and more of those. Those of you who are in the community at my website, I really want to refer to it as our community of awakening souls. And that's one of the reasons that I probably will be putting up a Facebook group, Facebook page, so that I can also start a Facebook group for those of us who are awakening and having experiences like this, where significant shifts are happening in your life and you're feeling more aligned with different kinds of things, right? Which brings me to the other thing that I feel more aligned with is supporting other awakened light workers in moving into their spirit-focused calling. Those who would like greater clarity on how to integrate and move into this new calling. Some of you want to quit traditional jobs and move into a spirit-focused calling, and you feel some degree of fear around that. You have some degree of fear around, how can I create financial abundance in this new calling? That I feel resonant with helping people to create more of, to move into their spirit-focused calling with confidence. And how do you feel confident in making that move? When do you make that move? What do you look for in knowing how and when to make that shift? And what is that going to look like for you? So that's what I feel more resonant with as well. And finally, creating a community of like-minded awakened souls who want to continue expanding their awareness and who want to experience their lives from higher states of consciousness. And that's kind of where I'm at in my own life today. I want to experience life from higher states of consciousness. And it's a different space to live in, for damn sure. And you feel like a foreigner on earth when you're existing from higher states of consciousness. And what I want to do is bring together a community of like-minded individuals who know that this is happening in their lives, and they're wanting greater clarity on how to navigate the different shifts and experiences that that's arising for them, right? How do you let go of things that you're not feeling in alignment with anymore, and embrace things that you do feel greater alignment with? How do you release the fear? How do you release the mental blocks, the emotional blocks, the energetic blocks that may be in place? I don't really think anybody is blocked, but it's the perception of being blocked that causes you to have the experience of being blocked, right? And I'm going to be talking a lot more about these kinds of experiences and things like that. That's where I'm at today, which is why I wanted to create this video, to share with you with greater clarity where I'm at and where I'm moving forward.